Sure.
Dad, we adopted.
Are you insane? No! Junior is the devil!
My father hates him, my wife hates him, everybody hates him.
1990, the year that gave us bowl cuts, neon windbreakers, and the last great gasp before the internet swallowed childhood whole. If you were alive then, you know exactly what I mean. And if you weren't, buckle up, because 1990 didn't just manifest. It walked in blasting Fresh Prince and eating a giant microwavable burrito. Because 1990 was the year Hollywood decided subtlety was optional. You had Total Recall, where Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to Mars and basically fights the entire planet.
Shit!
I'm not familiar with that address. Would you please repeat that?
Like if you didn't have an oxygen mask nightmare as a kid, you didn't watch it right, but you were probably home alone.
Kevin!
The most effective ad campaign for child abandonment ever created. I mean, the Wet Bandits were basically immortal. Paint cans, tarantulas, blowtorches. And they still walked away with mild concussions. Forget Batman, Kevin McAllister was the real superhero of 1990. And just when you thought Hollywood was done making good movies, we got Kindergarten Cop, a movie that tried to answer life's deepest question. What if Arnold Schwarzenegger ran a preschool? Spoiler, chaos, tears, and one iconic line about tumors that every dad has been quoting for the past 30 years.
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
All aboard! Because Back to the Future 3 came out. Because apparently Doc and Marty weren't satisfied with messing up the timeline once or twice. They had to bring a steam train into it. Thanks, 1990. Time travel and locomotives. Truly the peanut butter and jelly of sci-fi. Then there's Ghost, which somehow convinced everyone pottery was romantic. Like no one cared about ceramics until Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze got clay all over themselves. Every pottery studio in America owes its entire existence to that one scene.
You're dead, Willie.
Arachnophobia, that movie single-handedly destroyed trust in bathtubs, shoes, and ceilings. Honestly, it was less of a movie and more of a public service announcement that spiders run this planet. Flip the on switch for your TV, because in 1990, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air hit the airwaves, and suddenly every kid thought they could pull off neon hats and rap their life story to strangers. Then it got dark, and people would ask, "Are you afraid of the dark?" on Nickelodeon, where we all sat around a campfire to tell ghost stories, which was basically training us for adulthood, when we'd all sit at a bar and tell ghost stories about our student loans. And let's not forget In Living Color, which was like SNL, if SNL actually made you laugh. Jim Carrey doing Fire Marshal Bill was both terrifying and the greatest PSA against fire safety ever made. Toys in 1990 had a sweet spot. You had G.I. Joe carded figures, the kind we all beg our parents for at Toys R Us and then immediately lose to tiny plastic guns within 5 seconds of opening. And Transformers G1 kept rolling, now with Micro Masters and Action Masters. Because nothing says Christmas morning like a 2-inch robot that transformed into a slightly smaller robot. And then, as if 1990 hadn't already given us enough, Honda decided to drop a car that straight up changed the game forever, the NSX. This wasn't just another sports car. This was the car that made Ferrari nervous. It was sleek, futuristic, and designed with the help of Ayrton Senna, the actual Formula One legend. You know the car is serious when the guy that drives 200 miles per hour for a living signs off on it. The NSX wasn't just about flexing with loud exhaust pipes and a weird spoiler. The fondness of 1990 made movies feel terrifying and exciting. TV made their parents question their life choices, music with actual background sounds in it, and toys that basically define your social status. It was a year where every trip to Blockbuster felt like an event. Every Saturday morning was a buffet of cartoons, and everybody thought they were a ninja because they had a plastic sword from Toys R Us. So yeah, 1990 wasn't just a year, it was a lifestyle. It was vibrant, bold, and heartfelt. It made sure that everyone who lived it remembers exactly why 1990 was, without question, the best year ever.
I know, Rick. I know you did. But let's pretend you didn't.